Hey guys, welcome back and welcome if this is your first time joining us. Thank you so much. I appreciate your presence. Of course, if this is your first time watching and you've not subscribed as you watch, kindly consider subscribing. But of course, you can subscribe any point of the video that you feel like, yeah, I enjoy this kind of content. But for my people, those who have already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate, because I know by subscribing, most of you have turned the notification bell on. And that goes a very long way in boosting the content, because the more, as I said yesterday, the more most of you watch immediately I upload, the more the video will get recommended. And of course, you know what that translates to. So thank you so much for that, and for everything, honestly, for liking the video, commenting. Some of you are moderators, watching the premieres, everything. Thank you so much for that. Today is a Friday. I hope you're enjoying your day. And of course, if you're watching while this premieres on Fridays, the video is always longer, you know, and coincidentally it's always juicy. So guys, thank you so much for that. Oh, a polite reminder, for my people, those who genuinely, like, every single day support the channel by liking, by subscribing, a polite reminder for you guys, kindly like the video. For the past 1 week, you guys have been showing up in the thumbs up section. You know, I noticed like more than 100% can I say increase or rise in the thumbs ups. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. So just a polite reminder, smash the like button. It's something like this. I hope I'm not disliking. It's a like. Kindly do so before we continue. I know if there is something that you didn't like, come to the comment section, and of course, you know I'm that girl that is always in the comment section interacting with you. So let's get to the video. Whom do we start with? We have Madam P, we have Madam Lambo, and we have, yeah, the name is back. Madam P, Madam Lambo, and Mura Senso. Guys, hey, whom do we start with? Do we start with the lighter ones, then we go to the, like, I was watching Mura and I'm like, what? Madam Lambo is just there and there. Let's start with the lighter ones. It's not even light, because the queen of all parasites has come back. I'm saying that boldly because Rocio cannot be very confident calling people parasites, but we cannot do the same. No, that cannot happen. Of course, you know, anytime we come and give the same energy to these people while we give our reactions, their fans are always in the comment section, oh, new this and that. Please, hey, give those comments to her before you come to my comment section. I'm talking about Madam P's fans, because this is what Rocio had to say about human beings.
Otherwise, you just reach the parasite level, you know. I know people get very annoyed sometimes. Not people. The parasites get annoyed when I use this word, but you just don't want to be like a vampire, energetic. You know, energetic vampire. You don't want to suck other people's energy when you can actually create your own. When you can actually be so powerful that you irradiate light.
Get some help.
She went on this rant of jealousy, envious, people should create their own, they should not be sucking people, and I'm like, Rocio, you're not the one to talk. Rocio, you're not the one to talk, because you're literally sucking from Marwa. If it's not Marwa, should Marwa get out of your picture, out of the picture, you're not even a content creator. You'll even, I don't know if you'll even sustain or rather afford to buy a Wi-Fi, because of course you know and we know. We know you and you know yourself. So for you to come out here and talk about creating your own, not depending on people, I'm like, wow. I'm like, I think everyone in this world should just come out here with their own opinion and talk about anything they want to, because nowadays we see some fools, we see some crazy people out here getting the boldness, the audacity to come out here and talk while they should not be the ones talking. We are talking about Madam P, who had zero audience, active audience. when she came to Africa. Now that she went back, she's getting a few some views here and there, and she feels like she's in a position, guys, she feels like she's in a position to call human beings parasites. And something that caught me is this point that she said that oh, I'm calling them parasites because I know they get mad when I call them that. No, Rocio, we don't get mad, we get shocked. We get shocked, like it's unbelievable for someone like you from the junkyard. Literally, you came to Africa. I doubt if you saw any homestead in a junkyard state. You didn't. We are shocked when you call human beings parasites, while you come from a junkyard and you came preyed on a preyed on a passport, bro, desperate for a different kind of skin. You're literally the mother of all parasites. We are shocked when you come out and call other human beings parasites. Sometimes I think we even have to control ourselves on replying on or reacting on these people, because when I was watching her calling people parasites, you know, the only thing I could think of is that I've never seen a dog give birth to a cat, you know. Human beings give birth to another human being. So I'm like, Rocio, do you even listen to yourself? Because you're coming out here to literally coming for your baby. You're literally coming for your family without even knowing, because you're not that smart. Yeah. For you to come out here and call other human beings parasites, and you're also a human being, it means you're also a parasite. And of course you know how the tree of life works. I've not come out here to insult anyone. I'm just reporting what she did, and I'm just being logical, you know, common sense, what that means. So what am I trying to say? I'm just saying that this word parasite, Rocio, does not make us mad. It makes some of us get shocked of how you can insult yourself and your offspring. Because what are you trying to say? If human beings are parasites, you're also one, and of course you know what that means. So cut off this thing about parasites, because you're making a fool of yourself. She has even taken a notch higher. When people get from this level of parasite to this level, and I'm like, Rocio, if I should say the same for you, it means you're at level 100 or something. Guys, she went on with these witch vibes, manifestation, divine justice. Oh, guys. People will get some karma. People should be reflecting on themselves. And like, Rocio, have you ever reflected on yourself to get to know that you don't call people parasites, viruses? Do you even reflect? I think that is complex for you, Rocio. Do you even think about what you say? Or you just open your mouth and rant, oh, justice, oh, justice, this and that. Guys, I'm really shocked with this one, honestly, because that is what she was saying. Oh, karma.
Appreciate everybody that is supporting in many ways. So yeah, I think you know, I believe in divine justice. I believe in divine justice. So I think I know everything is working perfectly, you know, up there, the universe, God knows, and I believe in divine justice. So thank you so much for the support that we have been receiving these days. It's always nice to feel, you know, something in your back that tells you, yes, it's okay. It's time to do what needs to be done. So I truly appreciate. But once again, I do believe in divine justice. I do believe in divine justice. And I believe in karma and everything, and I do believe that everything comes back around, and what you give, you get back multiply. So that's why it's important to be kind to people.
Bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye.
Rocio, have you ever sat down Mura and told him that there is karma for him coming out here to call other human beings children names, like wishing them some sickness, disease? Have you ever sat down and thought about that, Rocio? Because when you come out here and rant some careless rants. I just look at you and I'm like, this one is Dwancy, because what the hell was that? When you talk about karma, I think you should begin with your family, because you have a lot of that. You cannot come out here and call other people. You cannot come out here and wish other people's children sickness while you think you're safe. You understand? That is a kind of karma you're talking about. Because when you say people will get what they wish others, what do you mean? Do you want to tell me that you're not aware? Do you want to tell me that you're not aware that your baby daddy came out here and wished other people's children some sickness? Rocio, can you take yourself serious? Eh? Take yourself serious and receive some sense, because as the days goes by, you're just being a joke, honestly. So she also went ahead to say that oh, there is some level of parasitic level, some parasites on different levels, and I'm like, wow.
You just don't wish anybody well. And actually, everybody's so much better than you. So much better than you. So it's very easy. It's very easy to get frustrated and to be so envy of others. That's why it's so important to work in yourself, so you get out of the parasite level of life. You can actually be a human that irradiates light, a human that inspires others. You know, there are different levels. You choose your level. You choose your level.
Will you keep quiet?
Your level at this point is on 500% more than where you started, because in the same life, she was helping Mura to beg, telling people that, oh, support us, oh, we are so grateful that you're supporting us. The nerve to call people parasites, while you and your baby daddy is busy out here begging left, right, and center. Oh, help us, Zelle, PayPal. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, that is what they've been doing entire week, begging. But something that should be breaking news for the day, for these beautiful Fridays, that Marwa has officially accepted, or rather informed people that he is begging for these donations, because traveling is expensive. And another dumb reason is that creating content is expensive.
Please guys, remember, if it's your first time here, you can subscribe to the channel. You can also support this channel using a super chat. I also have my PayPal. I also have my Zelle. You can support us there, because making these videos, they are quite expensive. For example, somebody's asking me, when are you going to Africa? If you go online and check flights from Argentina to Nairobi, Kenya, for one person, it's like $1,500. So for two people, it's like 3,000 plus. So for you, it's just a question, but for us, it means putting things together financially, documents, visas, things like that, you know.
You know, sometimes before I even come out here and give my reaction, I try and make sense. Try as much as possible to make sense of what he says. Because when he said that creating videos that he does is expensive, I go back and think, like, what are these expenses? Apart from the Wi-Fi, which I'd estimate like $30 a month, you know, if it's the same rates with Kenya, of course, depending. A month, one single video that Mura does not even come close to 30, you know, is way more than $30 that he earns from one single video. So for him to come out here and say it's expensive, because I had to factor in the Wi-Fi, I'd also add his time, but he doesn't do anything else apart from content. So that is not a resource that should be quantified. Like, come on. So I think that because the laptop is a fixed asset, like, what do you mean it's expensive? That is what he told people. I'll pin my Zelle, my PayPal, and my account number so that you donate to me, because traveling is expensive. You are going back to Africa, as you had, and it's around 3,000 USD apparently. And creating content is expensive. Basically, he wants the donors to pay for the Wi-Fi. I don't know in what, because he told people that he has been receiving some serious money Of course, there's no accountability. He didn't tell people how much he has received, how much he wanted, how much remaining. Of course, no. It's not the work of the donors to get that level of transparency, that level of accountability. No. The donors, their work is to donate. The work of Mura is to do whatever he wants to do with the money. And come back and beg, like from January to December. Like, hey, that is a level of shamelessness that I've never seen, honestly. Like, wow, the nerve. He also justified the begging because apparently his audience have been coming for him in his DMs, WhatsApp, emails. His fans were writing for him, and this is the excuse that he gave.
You can send something there for what I've said for lawyer. I saw some people coming saying, oh, you're asking people to contribute to you. I asked them, oh, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, all they can ask, but when Marwa asks, it's wrong. I block them, you know. Actually, right now, I'll be very intolerant to negative stuff. You say negative stuff to me, I block.
Chai! Chai!
Yeah, because Trump begs and is a billionaire, he should also be allowed to beg. He's just telling people that, yes, I'm a billionaire, I have money, but I can beg, because if this person is begging, why should I not? And of course, it's so shocking to see how people can really get blinded. Like, someone is telling you that. In the same life, he was telling people at some point he will retire and he will just want to ride his horses. Can you imagine? And look after his properties, his businesses, like the person that you're donating. I hope and I pray that you have the same level of wealth, because what is that? Like, the same donors are asking him to stop begging, at least so that the haters cannot get ahead of him, because now the haters know that he's moving to court, and I'm like, who is scared? The lawyers, the advocates also needs to pay their rent. He can move to court. His loss. Because before you move to court, of course, you have to understand your case. You know, if it will even be accepted by the courts, or you're just going there to waste their time. But of course, this is even an open thing. Like, people know that, of course, he'll not be moving to court. You expect someone who is a millionaire that comes out here to beg, to use the same money that he's begging for, to give it to someone, like the lawyer. Like, he will not. We'll be out here in 6-7 months talking about the same thing. People donated and he didn't move to court. That is something that will happen. I can bet with anyone that he will not be moving to anywhere. Courts, you go to court alone. Mura will not be going to anywhere. Unless someone gives him $1 billion and forces him to go to court, at least to spend 10% of the $1 billion and retain the remaining 90%. Otherwise, these are $1,000, this and that is being given to go to court. You really think Mura will go to court? Like, really? Unless he uses the lawyer. What was the name? Marwa. You remember the lawyer that he showed his audience? Unless he uses the same lawyer to represent him and he fails to pay him. Like the Mogesis. I think so. I really don't think he can spend $1. Like, he's being paid by the platform, but he's asking people to cater for the expenses, because personally I don't see an expense, honestly. The Wi-Fi, with or without the channel, I'll use my Wi-Fi. So what else? The time whether, like, we are in 2025, like, most people have their Wi-Fi at least. So you cannot count that as an expense. I know. I know what is an expense, but I'm talking in his context. For him to come out here and manipulate, lie to his audience that, oh, I spend a lot of money, you need to donate, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Mura, you're doing too much. So, guys, finally, this is something that I wanted to talk about Mura. Like, these other things I've been talking about is nothing. Guys, guess what? He finally has changed the tune. Is now not rich, because after telling people that he's going to retire and ride his horses, managing the villa, blah blah blah. Of course, the richest. Someone asked in the comment section, no, in the live chat, Mura, what is your net worth? This is what he said.
So enjoy us as we last. That's what I keep telling people. Enjoy us, support us as we stand here. Because maybe one day I will wake up and say, yeah, Maisha, take over my channel. I want to chill and ride horses and things like that. How rich are you? I don't know. But one thing I'm very sure is I'm very rich because God has given me good health. Yes. So for you, I don't know what rich means, but me, I know a rich person is a healthy person. If you're healthy, you're so rich and you're so blessed, and nothing can take that from you, you know. But even if you have millions of dollars in your bank account, but your kidney is failing, your heart is shutting down, it will mean nothing. So I think I've educated you on what actually being rich means. These are the things that you see. Those ones, we call them possessions. You should ask me, what do you possess? Possession, physical possession, you know.
Is rich in terms of health wise. So different from what he said 2 or 3 years ago. This is what he used to tell people. I get paid more than the African president. You know, like I'm rich, this blah blah, which is not lying, honestly. The paycheck, especially back then, was more than the Kenya's president. 10,000 USD. Less than 10,000 USD is what our Kenyan president is paid. Official salary, at least, if you know what I mean. So he was not lying, but just because people were not coming for him, people were not critiquing the lies, or rather the greediness, the begging back then, it was so easy for him. Like, back then he didn't think about much. That is why he was so open. Like, I get paid more than the Kenyan president. I'm so rich. At one point, I had 10 million Kenyan shillings in my account. I think when he was in Colombia. Oh, like he used to spill some rich people's secrets, money, business. Like telling people last month I had 10 million USD in my account. No, 10 million Kenyan shillings. That's around 70,000. And during the same years, he would come out and tell people, oh guys, I'm constructing. If you want to support me, the people that support, the people that send their hard-earned money, I'm like, receive some deliverance in Jesus' name, honestly. Guys, that is what he said. Now that people are coming for him in the emails everywhere, telling him that the begging is excessive, he has now changed the tune. Now he's not rich financially, but rich health-wise. Of course, you know that was a very calculated answer, because had he come out and tell people that, yes, I bought a safari car, 40,000 USD. A month ago, I'm planning to buy another family car, 30,000 USD. I'm planning to finish my kitchen this coming month. I'm planning, of course, people would come for him. Now that he has become aware that people see him for who he is, he has changed the tune, telling people that I'm rich health-wise. These other things are possessions, blah, blah, blah. So that is what I really wanted to talk about. Like, the major part, I was like, yes, I see you. I see your strategy. Now you're not telling people that you earn more than any African president. You're telling people that you don't care about the physical possessions, but you're asking people for the same possessions. Like, what do you mean? So before we move to Lambo's part of my reaction, let's talk about, can I say, economics, financial, these property investments that he kept saying. And all I was thinking was that people should get advice from professionals before you follow Mura's advice when it comes to your money, because this is what he kept saying. Oh guys, invest in land. Yeah, I've talked about this number of that times, especially Kenyans who are crazy when it comes to land. But he also kept critiquing people who buy properties. I think he's talking about Miss Trudy, because Miss Trudy last week, a few days ago, came out here to tell people that she owns 2 properties in Nairobi, bougie places, blah blah blah. And Mura really was telling people that no, don't buy in those places because you'll have to pay for trash collection, you'll have to pay for some fees. And I'm like, Mura, you know nothing about investments, because there's always the pros and cons of any investment decision that you take. Because when you come out and tell people don't buy apartments, like, what do you mean? Because he's advocating for people to buy land or buy houses in the village. And I'm like, do you even listen to yourself?
One of the reasons I discourage people from buying apartments. I've never, and sometimes people will say, Marwa, maybe you're crazy, your reasoning is not so smart. But hear me out. For example, me, I don't like to buy apartments. Me, I like to buy virgin land. I go and get a land that nobody has invested anything. I am the one who is investing in it. For a very simple reason. If you buy an apartment, for example, in a big city, let's say New York, do you know that you are forced, even after paying it off, you've already paid off, okay? Now it's yours. This is my apartment, okay? You will still have to pay money for security, okay? You'll still have to pay money for Wi-Fi. You'll still have to pay for cable TV. You still have to pay for mailbox, mailing and those things. You still have to pay for those things.
Where?
Now you build a huge villa in the village, Now you're out here telling people that you have a property, you want to rent a part of your home, your house. Guys, can you imagine? It be your home, like home maybe you've constructed or built your home, you live in, just name it, where you reside with your family, but you want to rent a part of it. People do it. People do for so many reasons, most of the times financial wise. I'm like, let me rent this part of my house for another source of income. But of course, it's not the best way you'd want to live, living with some strangers, because you were not financially wise. You went ahead, used your life savings to construct this villa in the villa, like huge, you don't even need one. Now you're stuck looking for people to live there with you. And you're criticizing someone that built a small, reasonable home to live in. I'm not telling people that you should build a small home, or no. For him to come for someone that built a reasonable home that can fit that person with the family, and use the rest of the money that he would have spent in building the villa equal to Mura, to buy properties in the city for people to rent, for Airbnbs. Mura, you cannot compare those people. You're not financially wise, Mura. Don't come out here and tell people that, oh, blah, blah, blah. Because the person that bought apartments is earning like daily. Because, of course, if you come from Kenya, rentals, apartments is like the big thing for the past 6 years, I'd say. Especially on those places, maybe if you buy in Westlands, those kind of environments, people buy, like people rent, and they are rented by especially foreigners that work in embassies, NGOs. You get good money. You'll always have some cash flow, some leverage to take some loans, this and that. Let me not go in on that, but I was just saying that people should really be wise when it comes to taking advices from people who don't know nothing about what they're talking about. Because I'd say people like Mura are very selfish. They want things for themselves, because in the same video he kept telling people that I'd advise you buy land and make sure you put your name on it. The title should be your name. And I'm like, Mura, like, let's watch that part, for example.
I think for me, the best investment I would ask anyone to buy is land. I always tell people, if you have some extra money, don't even go and buy these things called, I don't know what. Just go and buy some land somewhere, my friend, and have it written in your name, title deed, You can never go wrong with land.
When I was watching that, I was like, Marwa, are you not the same person telling people to buy land in your village, but the names are not in the title? Like, let's talk about Jamaican uncle. Are we even sure? Like, I really doubt. I don't even doubt, I know. Don't ask me how, but I'd assume honestly that the name in that property, it does not belong to Jamaican uncle. Same to the late Jamaican grandma. The same thing. Look at what happened. Mura planted some bananas in the land of this late grandma. Life moves on. He was telling, advising people, come to Africa, buy beach plots, buy plots in the bushes, buy ranches, and I'm like, this will be controversial, guys, but I'm like, it's because you don't think deep about it. Because of course, you know, guys, if you come from village and you're into real estate, you understand the game, you know that is not advantageous to the people of the land, because you find the people selling their piece of land, mostly drunkards, they don't have jobs, this and that. And when there is influx of people buying property, this and that, of course, you know, it will not be good for our people in the long run. I'm not out here telling people don't come to Kenya and buy land. No. We also go out there for greener pastures, but I'm just saying, as a person that maybe I thought understood the people of the land, it's not advisable. Look at Mura's case in this instance, you know, buying, like the family owns the village. Look at the people who were selling their properties. Have you seen where davyjnr bought that land that he always goes to that house in that property to show every girlfriend that he meets? Well, this is my home. Of course, you know, guys, if I get the time, I'll pull it out here. You can just look at the person that sold that land and you can really know why they sold that land. Illiteracy, poverty, and so many things. That is it. Hey, I don't want to be very controversial. I wanted to mention someone, but of course, you know, the people that sold their land in that village. Just take your time and think about the people that sold their land. Yes, now you've, you know, named 2 or 3 people. Look at their situation, because guys, the bitter truth, or rather the sad truth in where we come from, especially Kenya, there are always levels of people. Those who sell in those, no, 3 levels. The rich that buy pieces of land, the middle class that have their children educated, they have jobs. Some of them are just aware of, you know, the state of the country. They don't sell their piece of land. And we have the 3rd level, either poverty. And when I say poverty, it doesn't mean that they don't have land. Their net worth is even more than the rich people, for example, because you find that I've explained this before. In Kenya, like most of the families, they do have like up to 50 acres of land. Of course, you're watching and you're like, and why did the Marwas not have a land? Of course, you know, their situation, you know. The dad does not go to their homeland, this and that. Let me not go there. If you don't, come to the comment section. We'll talk about that. But our fathers, our grandfathers had huge chunks of land. Like you find 90% of Kenyans own huge, every family, huge pieces of land. So we have the rich, we have the corrupt politicians buying pieces of land from the lowest level, uneducated, and aware that you're not supposed to sell land unless you're selling for education, you're selling for medical. But most, I don't know where people come from, but at least where I come from, things like medical, we always contribute for someone. Someone feels they need huge amounts of money, people come through for them. So what am I trying to say? For Mura to ask to come to the village, buy pieces of land, I'm like, oh my God, the people that will suffer are these 3rd level of families. They sell, there's someone like, there's someone buying, you didn't even have a plan of selling your land. Because of your state, you don't care. You're just like, yeah, how much are we talking about? You sell your land, and in the long run, those are the people who will go to the streets because of their situation. After all, the rich will continue getting rich while the poor continues getting poor. Unfortunately, it was a lot. Like, I don't even have I don't want to take too long in the video because it talked a lot, build your countries. Your country is always best. You don't have to look outside there. And I'm like, Marwa, where are you? You're simping because you want another person's passport. Why are you not in your country building to get to that state? I think it's just that it was content, and that is it. Nothing big about it. So I'd say so, because what else can justify someone getting a GoPro? Hey guys, hey guys, you're not supposed to be going to people's countries. The grass is greener in your homeland, but he's busy there crying. But he's busy in another man's country crying because of a passport, but he will come on the internet with a GoPro. Guys, you don't have to go. I see people moving to other people's countries. You don't have to. But he's telling you, oh my God, he's telling people that when he's in someone else's country. Like, the irony on this page is just so funny. So let's move to Lambo. Lambo announced that he's moving to another traveling, but she's intending to leave Matt. What is the name of the dog? Matt. To leave him back. So I think maybe he's not moving out of the coast side because of coast. I saw people in our comment section claiming that, questioning her that you told people that you're moving out. Why are you traveling again? You want to establish your home in the coast parts of that of the country. Why are you traveling out? I don't think he's moving out. She's moving out. Maybe she's testing the waters. The south coast, she's in the north coast, but maybe she's going, around. But this is what I wanted to say about her. I think that she's not intending to go through with the purchasing of land and settling there, because the way she's moving, you go to the coast, there are people that settle there, because if you're transferred, our employment dynamics in Kenya is different, but if you get a job transfer to that part, you have to. Otherwise, people are different, but personally, I'm like, settling there, it's so hot there, like the weather, and you always feel like you're away from the rest of the country, you understand? So, I don't know, let's wait and see. We'll give our reactions to that, and thank you so much for watching to this point. If you've not liked the video, kindly smash the like button. And today is a Friday. If you're watching while the video premieres, thank you so much. And leave your comments in the comment section. Even if I know by now we chatted on the live chat, just drop a purple heart emoji in the comment section, because that is how I know that you watched to this point. So thank you once again for watching. That is it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace. Bye.